but on long experience helping hundreds of clients each year work towards achieving their own goals. That's what's important. It's about achieving your big goals and enjoying life to the full. An independent income. Everyone needs a roof over their head, but that's not the only reason to focus on property. Today, we can see just how important it is to be able to control our own income. Even in times of crisis, when job security goes out the window, property will continue to generate a passive income, which is why it remains the safest and most effective way to shore up your income and lifestyle goals. But to really make it work for you, you first need to understand why you're investing. Everyone gets into property for a different reason. For many, particularly investors, it's to try to build wealth and set themselves up financially. Many of my clients start out without a strategy. They don't know where or what to buy, and they underestimate how much a property will actually cost. So, for every client who walks through my door, the process starts with goal setting. More on this in Chapter 1. This is a vital first step because before you create your property investment strategy, you need a reason to begin investing, and you need an objective that motivates you to stick to it. Think about where you would like to be in 10, 15, or 20 years' time. Once you have your end goal in mind, you can begin working on strategy and finance and taking the steps needed to build up a property portfolio and achieve that ultimate long-term goal, financial freedom. We'll get into all of that in this book. The Trifecta Strategy. 15 years ago, I was a full-time music teacher on an income of less than $70,000, still paying off that one-bedroom unit in Rockdale, and I realized that if I kept doing what I was doing, I was never going to achieve my goal of securing my dream home. I could see that negative gearing was going to keep me at work forever, because I was subsidizing the mortgage through my income and waiting, potentially for decades, for capital growth. So I looked into ways to create positively geared investments and bought a high cash flow rental property in a mining town, which lost most of its value and rental income when the resources market bottomed out. I've never made that mistake again. Now I research the markets for high growth properties with good rental demand in areas with multiple stable economic drivers. I'll cover this in Chapter 10. When investing in property, I always look for ways I can manufacture equity rather than relying solely on the organic growth of the markets. Manufacturing equity might mean anything from a cosmetic to a structural renovation to boost the value and rental yield of a property. We will explore how to create your own equity in Chapter 7 and cover this renovation strategy in depth in Chapter 8. While you might be priced out of the markets in the capital cities, we cover reading the markets in Chapter 9. There are still many properties available across the country that you can buy, subdivide, and then sell off the backyard, known as a battle axe lot. These properties can offer a great cash flow injection for your portfolio. I did this a few times while building my portfolio. The investment strategy that really launched my property portfolio like a rocket came through my discovery of the power of building duplexes. When I built my first duplex and subdivided it, I made twice as much in equity as I earned in a whole year from teaching. After this aha moment, I started to acquire several properties a year, just using equity and manufacturing capital growth instead of waiting for capital growth to occur organically. I have regularly seen this strategy create upwards of $200,000 in manufactured equity, as well as providing positive cash flow through the dual income. Doing this allowed me to take control of where my portfolio was heading and accelerate that growth. This meant my portfolio was growing regardless of what the markets did. The real power of the trifecta strategy is that you're able to manufacture instant equity, then hold properties as they earn you more money than you're spending. By holding these properties over long periods of time, you'll also benefit from their ongoing capital growth. Better still, it's a process you can rinse and repeat. By using my trifecta strategy, you can very quickly grow your property portfolio and your income, and before long, you'll find yourself among the 1% of Australians who hold more than 5 investment properties. And best of all,